Dear students, welcome to this lesson. I am Ndikuryaho Fabien from Rwanda Polytechnic IPRC Kigali. In the previous lesson, you have seen how to set up Oxyacetylene gas welding equipment. I think you have seen how the components of Oxyacetylene gas welding equipment are connected. Now, we are going to see how to light the torch and how to switch off the torch. Pay attention. The tool we use, we'll use a cylinder key for opening cylinders. We will use a spark lighter for lighting the torch. We'll use a nozzle cleaner for cleaning the tip of the nozzle. At this moment, goggles are not necessary. Now let us start. After connecting Oxyacetylene gas welding equipment, after checking the leakage, if everything is okay, you can start the job. When starting lighting the torch, you have to open the cylinders. You use a cylinder key. This is a cylinder key. It is used for opening Exogenous acetylene cylinder and the Oxygenous cylinder. You stand on the side of the cylinders, not in the front of cylinders. You can start from any cylinder. Now I start from Oxygenous cylinder. I open. Don't open it too much. You can open a half turn is enough. You do the same for acetylene cylinder. You open. After opening the acetylene cylinder, the cylinder key should be kept on acetylene cylinder because in case of fire, you come quickly, you close the acetylene cylinder. So now after opening the cylinder, you check on the regulator. This regulator will show the quantity of gas which is inside the cylinder. The same here, this one is showing the pressure which is inside the cylinder. Now this one is reading 0. The same here, this one is reading 0. Now, you take the torch. I take my torch. I have to make sure the hose pipes are not loaded. So I take the torch. I go on the regulators. I set the working pressure. Here I can start from acetylene. If I start from acetylene, I use adjusting screw. Let me show you. You use this knob. You turn clockwise. You can see here it is going. Don't open it too much. Now here it is showing the pressure you need. Here I have a 0.4. I can open from 0.3 to 0.5 bar. If I reach 0.5 bar, I stop. If I open, now you hear acetylene gas is going out. I close the torch, the control valve. I do the same for oxygen. You go clockwise. Here it was in 0. Now it is increasing. You check here. This is 4. This is 6. When you have a 4 bar, 4 bar is a working pressure for oxygen. It is enough. When you open, you hear oxygen gas is going out. So after setting the working pressure you need, you can start before starting lighting the torch, you have to clean the nozzle. By cleaning, you select a proper size of the wire. This is a proper size. I clean inside the nozzle. After cleaning inside the nozzle, I can use this one for cleaning only the tip of the nozzle. After cleaning, the particles you removed here, they are inside. You open oxygen with the high pressure. Oxygen you open is blowing away the particles you have removed. Now you close oxygen. Now what is remaining, you can start lighting the torch. By lighting the torch, you use a spark lighter. You take the blow pipe in upward. You open acetylene, not too much. So if you look at it, there is a sound because you have opened more acetylene. Now you reduce acetylene. You reduce acetylene until the flame is starting from the nozzle. If you have more acetylene, the flame will be away from the nozzle in this way. Now you reduce, the flame is back to the nozzle. So now you add oxygen, you open oxygen slowly. When you open oxygen too much, the flame can go off. Slowly. You mix oxygen and acetylene until you get a flame you need. Now the flame you have here is known as a neutral flame. A neutral flame is the flame when you have oxygen and acetylene mixed in the same amount. In this flame, oxygen and acetylene are equal. So this is a neutral flame. This is acetylene. You can increase acetylene. Now you have more acetylene. You can see the flame you have. This type of flame you have is known as a carburizing flame. This is a carburizing flame. Again, I reduce acetylene again to the neutral flame. If I increase oxygen, now you can hear the sound is increasing. This type of flame we have is known as oxidizing flame. Oxidizing flame. A neutral flame is used when welding stainless steel, and the carburizing flame is used when welding not welding, when you do what we call hard surfacing. Hard surfacing is a kind of operation you make it to increase the hardness of the surface. Oxidizing flame is used when brazing or braze welding. So those are the three types of flame you have. There is a neutral flame, which has a temperature approximately 3,300 degrees Celsius. Another flame is a carburizing flame, which has a temperature approximately 2,900 degrees Celsius. Another flame is oxidizing flame, which has a temperature of 3,300 degrees Celsius. Those are the three types of flames you have in oxyacetylene gas welding. What I can mention here, in most cases, you will use a neutral flame for welding. So after setting the flame you need, you perform welding. After welding, you need to go out or to leave the job. When leaving, you will not leave when the flame is on. You have to switch off the flame. Switching off the flame also is known as shutting off the flame. In shutting off the flame, you start by closing acetylene control valve. This is acetylene control valve. If I close it, the flame will go off. After the flame is off, also you have to close the oxygen control valve. Now you have the flame is shut. After, you have what you have to do. You have to close the cylinders. After the flame is, pay attention. After closing after shutting off the torch, there is a gas which is here in the hose pipe. Because you have closed here, also there is a gas which is from here up to here. When you check here, you can see you still have some readings. Here you open, you close, you open oxygen control valve. You can see here, this will come until it is reading 0. Slowly it is going. This one, the cylinder was not closed. You can see now it is going back to 0. You do the same for acetylene. You check, you have some the readings. You open acetylene, this one is going back to 0. When it is to 0, you close the cylinder. When you check here, there is no gas which is in the hose pipe. If there is no gas in the hose pipe, you have closed the cylinders. What you have to do, you have to release regulators. When they are moving freely, it means the regulator is safe. You do in the same way for acetylene. So now you have a closed oxyacetylene gas welding equipment. You can go. You are sure the equipment is safe. I think you have enjoyed the lesson. We meet in the next lesson. Thank you.